The world is not a fair place. We can easily notice this. Life is full of evil, and sometimes these bad people get away with what they do. These unaccountable evils make people question the concept of justice again. So, how to fight this injustice in the world? Should we accept this unjust nature of the world and submit to evil? Or punish these bad people with the legal system? Or should we provide justice by responding to evil with evil, like tit-for-tat? Death Note anime offers us effective inferences from the point of view of morality, justice, and the concepts of good and bad. These concepts gain even more meaning with the ideas of philosophers such as Plato and Bernard Williams. The subject of this video is the philosophy of the anime Death Note. Light Yagami, a highly intelligent and successful high school student, realizes that a book has fallen out of the window during class. After the lesson is over, he picks up this book from where it fell and sees that this book has a death note written on it. At the same time, this book, which has a user manual, promises that when someone's name is written on its pages, that person will die. Light, on the other hand, tests the accuracy of this on a criminal, and soon after the person whose name he wrote dies. He realizes that this notebook really works, but he will not only kill a single person. When he has such power, he wants to use it in the name of serving a lofty ideal.
世界はいい方向に進んでいく。そして僕が認めた真面目で心の優しい人間だけの世界を作り上げていく。
And he begins to write the names of the criminals in the book in a serial way. At the same time, he wants this movement to be known by people. But he knows that it will not be possible to do these actions under his own name. Therefore, he acts under the pseudonym Kira and reaches quite high followers on the internet. And Kira takes this job to such level that it is now more effective than the justice system in the country.
Kira has become law in the world we now live. He's the one who's maintaining order. I have become justice.
Before questioning whether Kira is justice, what exactly does the concept of justice mean? Let's answer this question first. Plato makes determinations on the concept of justice in his state book, but realizes that the function of justice is to scare people with the punishments it will give, rather than to make people stop committing crimes. The story called The Ring of Gyges in this book helps us to understand this subject better. Gyges, an ordinary and harmless shepherd, finds a ring while wandering in the cave one day, and realizes that he is invisible after wearing this ring. With this invisibility, he seduces the king's wife. He then kills the king himself and then declares himself a king. So, why does this normally harmless man become so cruel when he gains the power of invisibility? Plato realizes that people are actually cowards rather than moral. What deters them from committing crimes is that they are afraid of being exposed and punished when they commit a crime, rather than being a nice person. And Plato leaves us with the following question, which is a bit annoying with these observations. Can we still remain moral while no one can see us like Gyges? Although this question makes us feel a little pessimistic about human nature, it actually shows that the justice system works in practice and can reduce evil. Although the justice system is built on an insincere goodness, it prevents people from doing evil to some extent, because it intimidates the people who commit crimes by exposing them and punishing them. Therefore, a malicious person will be hesitant to commit his bad deeds, knowing that the justice system is spying on him. In Kira, the justice system knows this practical side, but instead of punishing criminals through imprisonment, he has a harsher method: killing criminals. And his controversial method actually worked in the beginning, but the Kira killing the criminals, the crime incidents in the country begin to decrease gradually.
特に日本でですが、強盗以上の凶悪犯罪が激減しています。
And as a result, Kira's motivation increases even more. But Kira is fanatically attached to these ideals, and after a while, cruelty begins. He starts killing even non-criminal people because they are an obstacle to his goal. At the same time, he does not hesitate to abuse his lover in order to deceive the police. But there's something odd about this case, because before Light Yagami found the notebook and put on the Kira mask, he didn't seem like the type to commit these unethical acts. In fact, when he leaves the ownership of the book in a section, the notebook and the memories they live are erased from his memory, and the difference between the memory erased state and the Kira state is like black and white. Yes, Light's acquaintance with the Death Notebook has changed him, and he probably finds these unethical actions necessary as he dedicates himself to an ideal he cherishes so much. But there is the fact that his ability to remain anonymous in these actions gives him courage, realizing that a person is not being watched while doing an action, and knowing that he will get away with whatever he does makes it easier for the dark side to emerge. But Kira uses his dark side so uncontrollably that when this ideal is combined with his ego, it transforms him into a completely different person. So, is Kira's fair world ideal possible? Can a clean world be created completely free of crime and evil? This is where L characters comes into play. He works with the police teams trying to catch Kira and is just as smart as Kira. And like Kira, he's a pseudonymous person. However, L and the people around him do not believe in this fair world ideal of Kira. While they think it's impossible to create a crime-free world, L and his team also disapprove of Kira's method of achieving this ideal. Therefore, Kira is trying to achieve justice by killing the criminals, and L is trying to achieve justice by stopping the Kira. Because according to L, these actions of Kira increase the injustice in the world, rather than providing justice. In fact, L's understanding of justice is similar to philosopher Bernard Williams. Williams sees that those who have goals of creating an ideal world, such as Kira, are passionate about their ideals, because they are result-oriented. Since they believe that they will create a better world as a result of these actions, they do not hesitate to violate ethical values in order to achieve results. However, Williams makes the following criticism of this method. It is wrong to evaluate an action according to its results. No matter how good the result of an action may seem, if the action itself contains evil, that action should not be done. And according to L, no matter how well-intentioned Kira's ideals are, he's a criminal, because his actions are evil. Let's look at this from a different angle now. If Kira was successful and brought justice to the world, would L or those who think like him consider Kira's actions good?
If Kira gets caught, then that makes him evil. But if he wins and rules the world, then I guess he's justice.
Actually, Kira makes a very good point here. And the concepts we separate as good and bad depend on the conditions they have in a way. For example, can we call someone like Gyges bad? After all, he seen the moment he became invisible. But he probably wouldn't have committed these sins if he hadn't worn that ring. If Kira had fulfilled the condition of providing a just world order and reducing the crime rate to zero, it would probably fit the definition we call good. But the breaking point here is the method Kira uses to ensure justice. Whatever the goal for L and his sidekicks, it's unacceptable to kill a human for it.
No matter how you use it, no true happiness can be obtained like that, not by killing other people.
Creating a just world is an ideal that humanity has always wanted to achieve. While some, like Kira, argue that it is necessary to take life for justice, others thought it was wrong to respond to evil with evil. However, this anime still does not give us a clear answer as to which side we should be on. But what it shows us from the first chapter to the last is that no matter how good the ideal of creating justice is, if you sacrifice your conscience to achieve this goal, you will eventually become a part of injustice.